Hello. Got the old orange roses today for myself and weaved this palm all through it. I'm thinking about maybe becoming a florist. I really like flowers. Anyways, here we go, Sagittarius. If it makes sense. No. I got this huge different setup because of these roses. Oh, alright. There's only one card that went down the hole. Gaslight. Are you here? I actually think it thought that I wasn't even going to notice that it went down the little slip. So something has definitely been missing, okay? Or someone could be questioning, is somebody really here? Like, are you here? Monster. I just got that Monster song by Eminem and Rihanna. Somebody might think somebody's crazy. Caution. You could get hurt. I am not getting good vibes with this. I'm getting... Okay, well, take it as take how it resonates. I might say it a few different ways because it's going to come in maybe a few different ways so it can resonate with more, but what I'm getting is somebody has a monster inside their head. And actually, I was listening to the song Creature by Jelly Roll and Tech Nine. And, some people, they don't know what it's like to live with demons. They don't. I think, most people will never experience fleas. Some people will never, ever be hit in the face. Some people, not everybody walks the same path. Not everybody goes through the same shit, okay? So everybody's paths are very different. But there are people who have lived and known about monsters. And they know about the monster in the closet. And they know about the monster under their bed. And they know that there are creatures around them. But because adults can't see them, then how is a child supposed to describe that? Right? For the most part, you probably won't even believe them. Right? It's like, oh, that's Tommy's imaginary friend. There's nothing imaginary about it. It's not making it up. Your kid's talking to something in a room. It's not talking to nothing. Okay? There's something else there. And I think that a lot of people, they don't realize it. They don't understand how much these creatures hurt children, okay? Because they make children cautious. And it's like, I don't know, now I'm getting the movie, The Sixth Sense, with Bruce Willis, and the little kid who sees ghosts, right? And you can feel his anxiety when he's walking around his house and he's just trying to go to the bathroom, but it's the middle of the night and he knows that there's a ghost in his house because he can see it, right? And since I've started doing this, right, when I originally started opening up my third eye, what I did was channel dead people. So for a lot of years, I did like house cleansings, and I would come and I would a lot of times go and talk to people's children. Because they would be like, Whitney, I got your number from so-and-so. Because a lot of it was like people that I knew, right? And they'd be like, I think there's something in my kid's room. And sure enough, like I'd go over to that house. Oh my God, this man was just walking and then suddenly started running. Very creepy. Like I could feel as soon as I walked into these people's houses exactly what was going on because it's so much stronger than what people think, right? It's just children that pick it up. But I actually knew a cop, an ex-cop, who lived beside a psychiatric ward. And this psychiatric ward back in the day got a really bad rap. And then it got a prison attached to it, even better. And it really haunted the land. Like there was a lot of buildings that were taken down that were very haunted back in the day. And then there was houses just put on that land. And all of those sick people that died in those wards just roam those houses, right? Because that's where they died. And now the structure has been taken down. All these houses have been put up and they're pissed off. Like, I think a lot of people don't do enough research about where they move to. And I also think that I don't really believe that there's a whole lot of research to be done about what you can find out about properties. You know, I know in houses, they do have to tell you if somebody died there, but that's just in that house, right? I mean, how many years are they going back? Who died on that land? Like, I mean, that's not going to be fucking written down, right? So... Whoa. I just got like just shooken around. The fuck? Accidents? Okay, I'm like a little bit dizzy right now. What is happening? Oh my gosh, what the fuck? Box, trapped, isolated, alone. Oh my God, I think you were trapped alone with this monster. Like, this is definitely childhood shit. And whatever, if you think there was a monster in your room, there definitely was. I did just see a really awful image of a man going into a child's room at night. And because the child closes his eyes, he just imagines that it's a monster, but really it's a person. So somebody also could have been massively manipulated by an adult sexually in their room. And they were trapped alone. I feel really weird right now, I'm just gonna say. Alright. I definitely can't shuffle that deck anymore. What's the time? Oof. I am ready for this fucking reading to be over with. No, I'm sorry, but like, ooh, this was not the energy I was expecting. But, you know, this is why I do the job. It's not an easy job. I'm gonna get Vito out here. Because I want to know why this reading has come up. Like, is it because of this monster? And if so, what is going to happen to him? Oh, my breathing has become very restricted. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there is light at the end of the tunnel. Thank fuck. Because, like, Jesus Christ. Like, okay, so I go and get these roses. And then I'm like, can you put some greenery in there or whatever? She gives me a palm. Like a fucking, like 2-foot palm. I'm like, what am I going to do with that? Thinking like, okay, I need to become a florist because really, this idiot. So then what I did though, is I broke it up and then I said to my sister on the way home, I was like, what is this, fucking Palm Sunday? Who the fuck puts a palm with a bunch of roses? But then, you know, I cut it up and I made it look good because I'm creative as fuck. This idiot. Anyways, so it's Palm Sunday, okay? Put it that way. It's Palm Sunday. Even though it's Monday, it's Sunday. Because whoever did this to you, okay, which, I mean, whatever pedophile did this, okay, I'm just going to say the word. This is a very angry man. He doesn't want me to breathe right now. He's restricting my breathing because he thinks that if he hurts me, I'm not going to talk about him. This person could be dead. Usually that only happens, and maybe that's why I brought up dead people. Because, like, I can read dead people, like, really well. It's not a gift you want. Trust me. It's a curse. But there's also really good dead people around. So there's always a bad batch amongst a good crowd, okay? You know, let me breathe now. And you know, the reason why my diaphragm it feels restricted, this person, when they hurt you, they could have pinned you down, and which took a lot of oxygen away from you because this was a huge person and you were such a small person. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So, what I'm getting is this person, okay, they betrayed you big time, okay, like a shot through the fucking heart, and they didn't just do it once, okay, and then it's almost like they gaslighted you, so then they made it seem like you weren't even there, and then it's like, so you rape me and then you make it seem like I'm not even here, right? Because some children, you know, when they're sexually abused, they think that when they're not being abused, they're going to be loved because that person obviously loves them if they're abusing them. No. Okay? So this has been somebody's huge sadness for quite a while, okay? This helicopter's been going down, okay, for a while. And the thing is that I also believe that the spotlight has been on this person for a while too. Because when you think about a helicopter, like, yes, it does look like it's going down. It looks like it's going down, okay? But I mean, it is the Five of Cups, right? When you think about the Five of Cups, that's like the most unhappiness possible. Think of Kobe Bryant, okay? Motherfucker went up and came back down the wrong way, okay? So, and that was a loss. Like, and I think that not having this person in your life is also a loss, because, and I also think that the universe has known for a while, okay? Just because they did it in the dark, it doesn't mean that nobody saw it, okay? So, and then we get this. And I kind of feel like right away I was like, okay, this person's going to be laid to rest, okay? I also think that this was when you were resting, okay? When you were laying down in bed, things that happened to you. And I also think that this person now is going to be laid to rest, okay? Whatever that means. They could come about a huge sickness that changes them forever and they can't get out of bed. They could suddenly gain a neurological symptoms, which then leads to some type of paralysis. They could have something that happens to their back. They could also get Parkinson's, right? Where they could also all of a sudden have absolutely no control over their body. Like something is going to happen, okay? Because this person, they not only hurt you, but then they left you alone. Okay, and then if you did have things in the closet, and if you did have ghosts in your house, and then this person didn't even care that you were afraid and that you were scared, right? So, moving on to bigger and better things, we have the Emperor. That's why I was like, Vito, can you please shed some light on this? Because what Vito will say is he's going to give him an offer he can't refuse. So this devil is going to be told to leave you the fuck alone, and he's going to put boundaries up because you're now stepping back into power, okay? And that takes teamwork. So clearly, you have now been given a team, or you're going to be given a team in the near future, and I'm talking very near future. I said, unless you've just been put into them recently, okay? But there's a team coming here because they know that they have to help you, okay? They have to help you set boundaries and regain your power again, so then you can become an emperor again, which means this person has taken things away from you that has stopped you from being able to be completely stable, okay? So then I get partnerships, okay? Partnerships and magician. Okay. I'm also getting Jelly Roll again. I recently watched this podcast with him on Joe Rogan, and he was talking about how he couldn't get into this neighborhood because he has this record, and he was a kid, and he was like 16 or something like that, or like maybe even younger. And I think he did an armed robbery. And he was like, Joe, I was a kid. And I think he was like tried as an adult. And it was like an awful story. And this poor man has had to carry this around. And so he was going to get into this like, it's not like a retirement home, but it's like I think a gated community or something. And he was like, it has like a golf course in it, and it was like really beautiful. It was everything he wanted. And then this stupid foundation or whatever found out that he had this fucking record from like being 16 years old or something, or maybe even younger. I don't know. I'm so high when I watch things. Sometimes I don't pick up the right information. But like, it was awful. Okay, put it that way. This poor guy. And then he was tried as an adult. Actually, and I was talking to my sister about this morning because I all of a sudden downloaded this album called Waylon and Willie. And it has this song called Long, Long Road. And I didn't read the lyrics, but it has this like violin on the end, or like a fiddle. I can't tell the difference between a fiddle and a violin, but I love them. If they're in a song, I'll listen to the song. Like, I'll become obsessed with it. right? That's why Yellow Wolf's Violin, I love, like, it's probably one of my favorite songs. Anyways, so I told my sister the Jelly Roll song because she really likes Jelly Roll. Anytime I put him on, she always does her twang voice and does Jelly Roll. So I just happened to tell her this story, and now I'm telling it to you. I don't really know why, but anyways, like sometimes these things, like he was tried as an adult and he was a kid. Like, you're 16, man, you're a fucking kid. You should never be tried as an adult as a kid because, like, I was telling her, I was like, and she said at first, she's like, that could have been any one of us. And she's like, like, because we got into some really awful crowds and very easily could have done an armed robbery with somebody who we thought, like, cared about us. Easily. Like, we used to get fucked up, like, as kids, like, and do fucked up things and, like, not good things. Like, we were very unhealthy. We were not raised properly. We should have died numerous times. And she said at first, and I was like, I didn't even really think about it. And I was like, actually, I think there was a couple times where some things were said that could have been done to a fucking corner store. Like, and how is anybody any different? I was grown up in a trailer for a long time, like, right? So it's like you could very easily have like been marked and then done something that has now followed you around for, like, your whole life because of what they did to begin with, right? And being treated like that. So now I'm getting because he wasn't allowed in this community right away. I said, like, man, like, I wonder if he could get a house under somebody else's name and then just live there. That's what I thought. Or, like, have the person who's on the house live there too, but just not be there. So, like, maybe this has, I think, okay, now we're getting back into the reading. So maybe this has, stopped you somehow from being able to pursue something that you really wanted to do because you didn't have the credit or you didn't have the clean record. Like, I was like, Jelly Roll, he's on tour right now and I don't think he can come to Canada because he has a record. Like, how stupid is that? Like, if you have a record, you can't cross the border? It's the fucking States. Or is it because you can't come into Canada or you can't go into the States, or, like, it's a mutual thing? I don't really know. But, like, imagine doing something at 16 and then you can't even come to a different country because you have a fucking record from when you were a kid. Like, a fucking kid. Like, so maybe this has, like, stopped somebody, and now with this partnerships, it's like somebody's gonna come in and help you, and it's like magic. Poof. That's why I was gonna call them the magenie, which is a magician genie, apparently. That's my speech impediment right there. Okay, a magician genie comes in and grants you a wish. A wish come true for me and you. Okay, and he grants you a wish. And look at this: happiness and family. So I don't know if, like, you're going to be given a family. Like, because, this motherfucker up here is most likely a father figure. Okay, whether it was a grandfather, an uncle, a father. If you said something, you threw caution to the wind and you said something, you might have lost your whole family because of it. Which means you sacrifice your family to tell the truth, or you're going to, or you want to, okay? And if you do that, you get a new family. And I've always wondered that, like, because I don't have a family, because I've sacrificed my family. So it's just my sister and I, and it's always been my sister and I, and it's probably always going to be my sister and I until the universe either gives us another family or we die. Right? Like, we're not going to do this forever by ourselves. I refuse to. If I didn't do anything wrong, okay, if I didn't abuse me, okay, and if I'm telling the truth and what I said was correct, and I had to sacrifice my family in order to get away from them, in order to clear myself and cleanse myself and get better, right, then I should be given a new family, right? Like, if you think about it, if the universe doesn't want me to be alone, if there are soldiers out there that are supposed to reveal the truth, and then by revealing the truth lose something, then I feel like that loss will be repaid. I just don't know how. So if you were wondering that, I'm also wondering that. So from the looks of it, that's kind of what I'm talking about. And like, I, trust me, did not anticipate talking about any of this today because I had the most wonderful day. And now I'm talking about abuse. But, I mean, it's okay. It's, you know, I think enough abuse, I think enough sadness has been done that we don't need to create any more sadness. And just know that something really, really incredible is coming in for somebody, and it's power. It's power back over your life because a team is here to help you. Okay? And actually, let's see. I'm going to ask one more question because I'm greedy. Is this team here currently? Or are they on their way? Okay, so it's in some type of conflict right now, okay? So it could be or was just currently in a conflict about you. There could have been a team around you that was like, we don't really know if we want to help her, or we don't really know if we want to help him yet. But from the looks of it, you get the hope and guidance that you need. You get the wish. So if you've been wishing for a team to come in and help you, they are coming. They've just been caught up in some conflict about you, okay? What was this conflict? What was this conflict, please? If you can tell me. Ace of Wands, new beginnings. Oh, okay, they could have just met you. Maybe that's what it is. They could have just met you and they were kind of like, we don't really know this person yet. Because it was new beginnings. Right? And not everybody just goes with their gut, just rolls the dice and just gives it all away. Some people, they have to be guided. They have to know that what they're doing and what they're going to help is correct, and that they're not just helping a liar. So maybe this family member, okay, or this person that hurts you deemed you kind of like as a liar or dramatic, blows things out of proportions, right, kind of thing. And they've been told to shut the fuck up. That because of you, they lost everything. That's what they would say, right? Because of you, I lost everything. So, that was kind of a sad reading, but like I said, it ends with what I hope is a little bit of reassurance that not all was lost, and that if you're on this journey, that a new family could literally be right around the corner from you and you don't even know yet, because you're not quite sure if the team is helping you or not. So yes, there is a team and they've just been conflicted. There's the police right there. So they've just been conflicted about helping you because they didn't know you and they just met you, so they have to kind of get to know you for a while to see if it's actually sadness and loss that you were in, or if you were just making it all up. Because people are liars and they like blow things out of proportion and they make it seem like their life is awful when it isn't, when there's people starving on the streets and there's people who are beat every day and there's people who are summoned to positions that they work like slaves, and there's some entitled little biatch saying that she's so mad at mommy or daddy because they cut her credit cards off, or they won't pay for her car anymore, or now she has to pay for her own insurance. Oh, now she has to get a job, or now he's got to move out. You know, like there are way worse things than having to just take care of yourself, right? Like people actually go through shit and don't see a light at the end of the tunnel ever, right? So I kind of feel like this is like the light at the end of the tunnel. I think maybe that's what I'm going to have to call this, because it seems like I don't really know what else to call it. Anyways, I hope this resonates. Hope it makes sense. Thanks for watching. Happy whatever fucking day it is. I don't even know. It doesn't matter. If you want a personal reading, hit me up, whitneymoonshine@gmail.com. If not, enjoy the channel. It's free. Look at the roses. They're beautiful. Hallelujah. Orange dyed roses. Isn't that fucking sweet? Like, they're just magnifico. Okay, goodbye.